So the next stock that we're breaking down for this morning is Shopify, or ticker symbol SHOP. I have my lines and graphs already set. We're starting from a higher time frame, that being the daily interval. This will allow us to find the overall direction and trend that our stock is in. It also helps us find our support and resistance lines, our targets and our exits, and all this other good stuff. So let's go ahead and dive in, you guys. So we are up 0.12%, so really nothing crazy at all, you guys. Let's look at the volume. We're at 161,000. So if you're going to get into any stock, you guys, at least have it above at least 150,000. So we are technically right above that, but not by much. And the reason why I say that, because it'll be such a slow moving stock, you're not going to be able to hit your targets or your stop loss or anything that you're trying to do. It'll be such a slow moving stock, you're going to be stuck in it all day, unless you plan on holding it long term. That, you know, that's irrelevant. But all right, guys, let's go ahead and go into our support and resistance lines, and then we'll get into more on where we're at. Okay, so this top line is our highest level tested for resistance, and we can look left like Beyonce says. We came up here, got rejected, and we got rejected twice back here. We look right, we see that we had this tight consolidation trying to create these little breakouts that we had, but ultimately they all failed until we had this last one that pushed up, created a new high, and then gapped all the way back underneath our resistance. And let's go to our support real quick, and then we'll get into, you guys, don't mind these different channels. So this top line is always going to be our major resistance, and the bottom line is always going to be our major support. Anything in the middle is just going to be a minor resistance or a minor support. So down here is our major support line. We look left, you can see that we bounced from this area, this area, this area about 5 or 6 times with individual candlesticks. So these are heavily tested areas, you guys. Now let's get into more on where we're at. So I said that we came up into this resistance area, you guys, and then we were trying to create this breakout for the longest time, but ultimately it just did not. We had this last one make this new high, and then ultimately gap back underneath this resistance. So we are technically underneath this trend line. So technically we are in a downward trend. I wouldn't say it's a crazy one, but we are technically in a downward trend. If you look at the RSI, you can tell that we were overextended, and we kind of still are a little bit, but are trying to correct. However, you guys, if you were to get into this stock, I would wait for a more clear direction, at least for us to break above this major resistance line at the $1,500 level. If we can break past this, come up, break a new high, and come back down and retest this as a support level or as a floor, this could be the best opportunity that you could have. It would create that higher low. It would show that buyers are stepping up and that we are trying to create this upward trend or reversal. So as of right now, with us being in this downward trend and underneath this resistance line, it doesn't really make any sense to get in, since you don't have a really clear direction on where we could head next. Okay, so patience is really where we're at as of right now, you guys. However, it does look really good when we were creating these higher lows and higher lows. When you have a pump like this, usually you do have a slight pullback, usually a 50% retracement before it continues higher. But other than that, you guys, if this video helps in any type of way, please hit that like and subscribe button. It allows me to create this content for you guys Monday through Friday or every other day. But other than that, I hope you guys have a beautiful day and happy trading.